This is the market rundown. I'm Matt Bennett, grain marketing consultant with Channel. And, I'm going to go over three takeaways for this report that we saw, the April supply and demand. And we just had a report the other day on acreage, but this one is more about the ledger, supply and demand. And so for soybeans, it was a blase report, one of my three takeaways. Second takeaway would be for corn. Some of the adjustments we thought that would be made weren't necessarily made, but the end result was essentially what we thought it was going to be. And the third thing is we have some really good marketing opportunities in front of us. And so first of all, let's go into soybeans. I mean, the last 2 months, we've been at a 120 carryout as far as soybeans have gone are concerned. And that's for this marketing year, the crop that we raised last year. What did they do this month? I mean, they made some very minor adjustments. They lowered the crush, but raised exports just a shade. And so, essentially what we saw is that we again have 120 million bushel carryout. For soybeans, what you basically have is that it's a pipeline number. And so what I mean by that is that the USDA assumes, this is as low as what we're going to get. In their opinion, they do know that we're going to probably import some soybeans. They also know that our exports are going to be very solid. And so, essentially, they're not willing to go below that number. Is there a real number below that? Yeah, most likely. As far as corn was concerned, the carryout in February and March was 1.502 billion bushels. This month we came in at 1.352, which is similar to what the trade was expecting, maybe just a little bit below. But the interesting thing is that we thought most of that adjustment would be with increased exports. The USDA had all the ammunition in the world to be able to raise exports, 150 million bushels if they wanted to, maybe even 200, based upon Chinese demand, based upon shipments of corn. It's not just sales, but the actual shipments have been robust in the last 4 to 6 weeks. And so, what we saw the USDA do, though, is they actually raised feed usage by 50 million bushels, which is an adjustment that I was hoping they'd make. I just didn't think they'd make it quite yet. They raised corn usage for ethanol by 25 million bushels, which is something we talk about all the time, in the newsletter. It's an adjustment that I thought would eventually be made, and I think there's more room to go there. But they only raised exports by 75 million bushels. And so, essentially the net adjustment was the same, 150 million, similar to what the expectation I had for the report might be. It's just that they got there in a different manner. And so the third thing I want to talk about, of course, is marketing opportunities. With some of these marketing opportunities, what we have is a great price for new crop corn and soybeans, some of the best prices we've seen in a long time. And so, I've got to assume as a producer that, the main thing I want to do is lock in worst case scenario. And so, you're bumping up on $5 December corn. Soybeans have been, within earshot of $13. And these are price levels at this time of year, as we plant, that we haven't enjoyed in several years. And so I don't want to ignore those. I want to at least lock in, like I said, a worst case scenario, whether you put a floor into the market. There's all kinds of tools you can use, and we do talk about those in the newsletter as well. But we need to be doing something because these are awfully good profit levels. I don't want to just simply snub my nose at them. And once again, this has been Matt Bennett, grain marketing consultant with Channel, with the market rundown. Again, the three takeaways for this report is that the bean report was kind of a blasé report, nothing too exciting. For corn, it was as expected with, a cut in stocks, but got there a little differently than what we thought. And then there's some really good marketing opportunities that I just don't want us to ignore. We need to be quantifying some worst case scenarios. So if you have any questions, drop them on this video or do the newsletter. If you haven't signed up for the newsletter, sign up for it, at channel.com. And I will be addressing any questions that are posted in the newsletter. So you'll be able to catch those over the weekend. So have a great weekend.